Hello everyone, my name is Viper and welcome to a new video on my channel. In this new video I bring you the tier list for the 2v2 mode. Don't forget, this is my opinion, so this is the main important part of the video. You're not gonna have all the same opinion, but I have been playing a bit the 2v2. It's been really cool, and I guess I can kinda give my opinion on what's the best classes and what are the worst classes right now. And if you are interested to know if your class is broken or if you want to play a broken class, feel free to watch the video. I'll try to make it very simple and explain why the class is broken at the moment. Okay, so this is not by order. You can simply see the classes on the screen, and the first one that we have is Feka. Feka, I want to say it's not as good as it's on 3v3, since I have not seen it being a very like, it doesn't have a lot of synergy with other classes. Maybe with Sadida should be good. It's still not a bad class at all, but no erosion is a bit impactful, and it's not a class that DPSs a lot. Like, you don't have a lot of burst damage with Feka, but it can be still useful. So in my opinion, I would place Feka on A. I think it's not bad of a class. It's still strong, but it's not as broken as other classes. Up next, we have Sadida. If you're interested in Sadida, the class is not as strong in 2v2. Even though in 1v1 it's super strong, in 2v2 you still need to scale. And since there's a lot of rush teams, a lot of DPSs, and according to the meta, because I'm thinking about the meta when I speak about Sadida, I would say that the class is not as strong as it seems, and I would even place it on the C tier, maybe B tier, but the C tier seems the most likely to me. The class just gets deleted. If on a small map, it just gets rushed, and it's really, really sad. I would put it B. I would put it on top of C tier, but yeah, this is my opinion on Sadida. Up next, we have Sekrir, and Sekrir has gotten some love these patches, especially the 9k HP on the 9000 HP mode on the Sekrir. It was hard to say it. The 9000 HP mode on Sekrir. It's very good in 2v2 if you play versus classes that don't have debuff or they play pushback. It completely kills the Sekrir if they have no erosion. You can't kill the Sekrir basically if you have no erosion or you don't have pushback or debuffs because of the sacrifice. And even without that mode, the Sekrir just got a lot of love. So I personally would place the Sekrir on A because it's good versus Sadida. For example, the zones that you can take, it's super nice, and you can heal and you can destroy the Sadida's game with the dolls and etc. Up next, we have a class I think can synergize with everything in the game, and that class is the Pandawa. You can rush, you can play support, you can play damage, you can play range, you can play ebony, no ebony. You can play for placements, like to try to bring someone to coup turn one. You can do a lot of things with Panda. The damage is nice. As I said, you can play support. It's a really nice character, and that's why I'm gonna place Panda in A tier. Okay, now we have a Rogue. A Rogue is, as we said, we just talked about Panda. It's a class that with Panda works very well. The Panda works for the Rogue works his bombs, and you one-shot someone. It's super nice. That's why I think it's not as good as it was before. The Rogue, you could boost a lot. It's a 2v2. It's not that bad. The thing is, there's a lot of rushing in 2v2. The game goes fast. You cannot really stack up your bombs to kill someone, but it's still a nice class. Still a really nice class. And that's why I would put it in B. I would even put it in B, but I think putting it in A should be worth it. I'll mix the comps, like the things, while I'm at it. But yeah, I'll put it in A because it's super nice. You can boost, you can erode, you can do a lot of things, but you don't have any sustain. That's kind of sad. The other three classes have some sustain of sorts. And now we have Masquerader. Masquerader, if you want to play a class and you want to start 2v2, I would definitely advise a Masquerader. Zobal, how do you call it? I would simple class. Shields, it's broken into V2, you can sustain. You can do a lot of damage from range, CC, whatever. The buffs on the masks are insane. The new variants are insane. The no line of sights are insane. I would definitely put Masquerader at S tier if you want to start. It's definitely a good choice. Up next we have Foggernaut. Foggernaut, as I told you before, 2v2 is a fast mode. You need to waste a turn 1 on Foggernaut. Even though pushback Foggernaut, I think it should be really, really good in 2v2. The maps are, even if they are big, you can kinda counter most of the strats, like Feka if they damage reduce your pushback, Sekir if they damage reduce your pushback. Panda with stabilization is annoying, but if you damage reduce with a booster, you can push back. So because of that, I would put Fogger on A. It's still a nice class. You can support, you can erode. Super, super nice. Pushback is super nice, and you can combo it with Panda, as I said before. You bring someone, and you one-shot it with the Foggernaut. Okay, now we have Elio, and Elio, you guys know I'm in Elio, but I need to be honest on this one. Elio is broken. You can play support, you can buff, you can heal, you can coup someone, you can play pushback, you can debuff, you can do everything with this class, and it's by far the fun class, the most fun class to play in 2v2. So I would put it at S tier. Simply, easy, right to the point. Elio is S tier. You can buff, you can rush. It's hard to play, not as hard. It's hard to play. Like Masquerader is not as hard as Elio, but Elio does the job very well as well. Up next you have Hupper, and Hupper, after the beta, it just got insane buffs. The class is really good. Okay, Arcane Torrent is 3 turns, but the other elements, they all got buffed. You can still do a fuck ton of damage. You are very, very versatile, and that's really impactful in 2v2, the fact that you can do everything, you can react to everything, because you're playing versus 2 classes. If you can support your mate and help them doing the stuff that they can't, it's super, super impactful. So Hupper is simple, it is an A tier. Okay, up next we have Uginak. Uginak is kinda the saddest part of the 2v2. Yes, you can rush, but you cannot really play from range. That's the sad part about Uginak. You can combo it with some classes. What I've been doing in 2v2, if you guys saw my streams, I play Elio with Ugi and I spam Woof. It's nice for the minus pushback rest, but other than that, Uginak doesn't really have a place that it can cherish on and be really impactful, and for that reason I'm gonna put it in B. I would even do this, no joke, I would even do this, I would put Sadida B and Uginak C. So yeah, this would be the tier list. More, as I said, I would change it, this would make more sense for me. Up next we have Ozamodas, and boys, this is gonna be really simple for me. We have the first god tier of the tier list, and that's Ozamodas. The class, Ankama says, okay, we are gonna nerf Ozamodas. And what do? They buff Ozamodas. Sure, there is no relay, but what does it matter when all the other spells are buffed? You're an insane 1v1 class already, and they're gonna buff it to 2v2. You can still heal, you can still support, you can play all elements now, even strength is viable. You can spam summons like never before, you have a lot of damage, and you can play tanky stuff. That's a super nice class. I advise you guys to play it. It's broken in 2v2, but calm down, because there's another class that's gonna be even more broken than Ozamodas. But fear not, we'll reach there. Up next we have Forge Lance, and Forge Lance, boys, it's a monstrosity. It got buffed on heals, it got buffed on the pushback damage, and it got buffed, if I'm not wrong, on other spells. So the Forge Lance class is super nice as well, but the fact that pushback got ultra buffed, you can rush, you have defensive spells, and you can erode from range. You can also play from range if you want. It's insane, and that just for that reason, because Forge Lance, you guys have no idea, pushback is broken, and just playing from range is broken as well, while you can erode and support. For that reason, I'm gonna put Forge Lance S tier for sure. You guys need to trust me. It's super, super, super strong. Super, super strong. Like, basically, if you look at S tier, if you combine them together, they are broken together. Just Force Lance and Force Lance and Elio. The Elio does minus 100 pushback res. The Force Lance one-shot someone with minus 40 pushback res as well. It's insane. They can both support each other. They can hit both from range. They can play CC. They can do it all. It's broken. Okay, now we have the little Anutrophs, and sadly, this one might make people sad, but yeah, Anutroph is it's C tier, okay? The class can combine with Feka, maybe Sadida, but other than that, it doesn't really have a place. Maybe a bit with Rogue, but it really doesn't have a place You have low damage, you have a lot of utility, but everyone can legit kill your utility with the amount of damage that is in the game now. With no Pritex, it really hurts Enu. And for that reason, I'm putting Enutroph in C tier. Okay, now we have a class that got buffed to Oblivion. It was already good in 1v1, and normally the classes that are good in 1v1 are good in 2v2. And for that, SRAM, I'm tempted to put SRAM in S tier. I would even put it in S tier because it's such an insane class. But I'm gonna put it in A tier. I'm really tempted in putting SRAM in S tier. You can play strength, one-shot someone, you have more traps. You can play int, you can do pushback damage with int. You can play agility, you can crit and do fuck ton of poison even if they have damage reduction. You can play chance and heal at the same time. It's really, really, really strong. Honestly, I would, no joke, I would put SRAM at S tier. I would put SRAM at S tier. It's an insane fucking class. You don't have as much support. It's the only problem with SRAM. You don't have much support, but if you pair it up with another class like Masquerader, Ilio, and I don't know, it's broken. And I think SRAM S tier is really, really strong. Okay, now we have Zeller. Zeller, the class didn't change. It got nerfed a bit on the strength side, like gear is now 4 AP, but souvenir is 3. So it costs you more to start your combo, but it costs you less to keep doing it. And yeah, it's still nice with AP reduction. It's a bit sad that you need to set up your turns, so you lose a bit of tempo. Like on small maps, if you get rushed and you don't have initiative, it's kind of fucking hard to win. But the class is still nice. You can boost your synchro faster, you can still boost your ally, and you can AP reduction and do a lot of damage. The class is still nice, so for that reason I'm putting it in S tier. The Zeller, always a good class, and if you're good at it, it will become even stronger. I'm doing the tier list by skill as well. Like if you play the class at a max skill, and it's my opinion, once again I'm gonna repeat it, I think this is what's strong. Up next we have Eka Flip. Eka Flips are honestly nothing special. I would think, no joke, I think all the classes in A tier are better than the Eka Flip. I would probably put the Eka Flip in a B tier with Sadida. Just because, okay, it's easy to play, you erode, you shield, you heal, but then what? That's all you can do. The other classes can do much more in a 2v2 situation. It's already a nice class, but it kind of reminds me of Uginak. You rush, you erode, you heal, and that's basically it. And now you are seeing it on your screens. Yes, everyone. Yes, this is the most broken class in 2v2 or even in the whole Dofus game at the moment, and that's Eneripsa. Why, you might ask? I don't know. You need to ask Ankama. Why did they make it ultra broken? Agility and Ripsa is the most, I'm even gonna put it on the left, is the most broken class in the game at the moment. I don't know what to say. You can play it with everything and it's gonna be viable. It's MP reduction, buffs, AoE damage everywhere on the map, damage reduction, movement, not being able to get locked, minus power, blah blah blah. You can just watch my agility and rips video and you guys will understand the damage is nuts as well. I don't understand Ankama and I hope they change it. Please nerf Ankama, please nerf for sure. Okay, now we have the little IOP. IOP, it got buffed. The fact that you can weapon precipitation is really nice. You get more burst damage. You have some mods that become more viable as well. The new sets can be really useful for the IOP as well. And for that reason, I'm giving IOP a little love. And I'm not going to place it in C, I'm going to place it in B. Yes, above Uginak. Because it still has virtue, he can tank with vitality. The precipitation weapon is super nice. Duel is not bad for certain classes, etc, etc. The class is really not bad. You can buff your allies as well, precipitation your allies, you can do everything you want. And for the last class, we have Kra. Kra got ultra buffed. I think if you are a really good Kra, I think Kra is super nice in 2v2. You can erode, you can abuse Tyrannical with your friends. I think the Tyrannical abuse can be really done. You can play AP reduction if you really want, it's not that bad. And that's it. If you're a good Kra, the strength mode, you get turn 3, you have an insane punitive, you can maybe try to one-shot someone and it's already over, a 2v1. And for that reason, I'm placing it. Yes, I'm placing Kra on B tier, everyone. So far, I'm happy with the tier list, but now it's time to order it. So, how can I order this tier list? I would definitely order it like what? So we start off by the God tier. The God tier, it's completely fine. It's easier to order it. It's already ordered. On the S tier, it's kinda already ordered. I would just switch a Forge Lens with the Heliotrope, and this should be fine like this. I think this is pretty nice. On the A tier, the A tier is hard. The A tier is pretty hard, but I would say Sacred first. Oops, Sacred first, then Panda, then Feka. Maybe Rogue above Feka. Okay, I think Feka might be the last. It might be just like this. It might actually be just like this. I think Fogger is still better than Hopper. I don't think Rogue is better than the Fogger. I think Fogger is still super nice with pushback and stuff. Panda is insane to work. It works with everything. It's such a nice class. But yeah, that's basically it. On the B tier, how can I order this? In my opinion, I think the IOP might be better than an Eka Flip. I am not joking here. It does so much fucking damage. The Kra might be. I would still put the Sadida last and the Kra first. No, I think like this would be better. I'm not sure. The Kra just seems to do. This one is really hard to order. This one is really, really hard to order. But I would probably leave it like this. Do I leave it like this? No, I would actually put the Kra here. I would put the Kra here. Okay, I'll leave it like this. I would definitely leave it like this. Maybe put the Kra even before the IOP, because you can gravity the IOP. But the thing is, it's the small maps and stuff. Okay, I'll put the IOP first. I think I'm in love with the IOP. The precipitation, it's really nice. You can play Rat and stuff. Not bad at all. And on the C tier, it's already ordered as well, in my opinion. Ugi first and Wafter. And that's basically it. That is basically it for the 2v2 tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions about why you think the classes should be there or you shouldn't be, it's my opinion in the end. I think I like my tier list. It's well divided. I try to divide it as much as possible. Even though the class might be that tier, you can still play it. It doesn't mean it's trash. It means it's not as good as the other ones, you know? It's not as good as the best ones. But it doesn't mean it's trash, because there is a lot of synergy in the game that makes the other classes broken. And that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.